Hey guys, welcome back to Kat's Kitchen. So thank you so much for joining me again today. What Mark and I have been up to lately, we just bought a new home. So we have been trying to prepare meals a little bit, to make our lives a little bit easier. So that's the next videos that you're going to be seeing me put out are just more of preparation meals, and hopefully it'll help you in your busy life. And that's why I got the high vis shirt on today. We have to do construction at the house, and we've been working on it for about a week now, so we still have probably good 3 to 4 more weeks to go. And we gave ourselves a little bit of time in order to do what we want to do with the house before we move in. And yeah, so what we're going to be making for this weekend are hamburgers with some pasta salad, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to prepare that now. So I have our water boiling back here, and we're just going to use, you can use whatever kind of pasta you'd like. I have some rotinis, so I'm going to use those. And I put some salt in our water as well. I like to heavily salt it. Should be like seawater. And then we're just going to give these a little mix so they don't stick. And we're going to let these cook to al dente. I never usually check the box, but I'm just going to check it just so I can see what the time normally is here. It says 8 to 10 minutes. So I'll just set a timer for 8 minutes and then I'll check them then. So next, what we're doing over here is preparing everything that is going to go into our pasta salad. So I have 1 medium onion and about 2.5 sticks of celery stalks in here. Okay, next we're going to cut up some green pepper. Okay, we're just going to dice up these 2 medium-sized green peppers. And then the next veggie we'll need is some shaved carrot. I will leave the recipe down there for you guys in the description box. What you'll need to dress it is mayo of your choice, apple cider vinegar or distilled vinegar, and then some honey or sugar. So this recipe, as far as the dressing is concerned, is very similar to making a coleslaw. There's many different ways to make pasta salad. And I just kind of wanted to make one with the ingredients that I had on hand already. I'm trying to really only go to the grocery store as needed. So if I can hold off on going to the grocery store about every other week, that would be nice. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. And I'm basically doing a medium to fine chop on these green peppers. And by all means, if you want to use colored peppers, you can definitely do that. This recipe that I looked up calls for pimento peppers. However, it said you didn't have to have it, but if you do have them, it adds a good bit of flavor and color to the dish as well. What's nice about these dishes is once you make them ahead of time, they do taste better as they sit in the fridge, because it's almost like they marinate with all the flavors. So it's something good for a full weekend, or obviously if you're having a party or something like that. So our pasta was done in 8 minutes. That was perfect to make it al dente. So I'm just going to shave up our carrot here. We have 2 carrots. Alright, so we've got our carrot all shaved up. We're going to pop that in our bowl. And then next we're gonna work on our dressing for this salad.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna work with this bowl here. I'm gonna start out with our mayo or salad dressing whip, whatever you like to use. Because we have a whole pound of pasta, we're gonna need a good bit of dressing. I'm gonna do some apple cider vinegar, or you can use some distilled vinegar. And then for the sweetness, you can use honey or a little bit of sugar. I'm just gonna mix this up with a whisk. And like I said, this is almost like a coleslaw recipe. So when you make coleslaw, you make a almost very similar dressing. And then what we're going to do is add some salt and pepper to this as well, because as of yet we have not seasoned our veggies. So this dressing will help season it for us. And I might even put in a little bit of salad supreme in there too. We'll see about that. Just mix it up real nice to combine. Give this a little taste. See where it's at? Tastes really good. Very good. I actually really like that tang from the apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna add a little bit more into it. You get a little bit of sweet and sour with this and the sugar. And it helps loosen up that dressing as well. Next we have our veggies in here. I'm going to pour our noodles in here. Next we're going to take that dressing that we just made and pour it on our salad. If you think you made a little too much, you can just start with a little bit, mix it up, and then see how much more you need. You can always add more. And I'm just taking that spoon that we used for the pasta and just mixing it up, kind of folding everything in. And from the looks of it, we'll probably need all of that dressing. And then after we mix it up, we're going to give it a little taste to see if it needs anything else. If it's lacking something, then I will add in that salad supreme. This recipe doesn't call for it, but like I said, we'll see if it needs anything once we mix it. It's looking so pretty right now with all the colors. So once again, we have onion, bell pepper, celery, and our shredded carrot in here for the veggies. And then our pasta and dressing. So nice for a party, nice for a barbecue, or if you want something for your lunches. Nice to kind of mix up and then dish out throughout a few days. All right, so now we're gonna give it a little sample and see how we did. Try to get a little bit of everything whenever you sample. It does taste good. I think it needs a little bit more something though. So I am going to add in a little salad supreme. It needs a little extra spice, a little something. we'll try this and see if it needs anything else. I know it needs a little bit of salt. I'm gonna hit it with some salt too. But boy, does this taste good. I'm used to making like an Italian pasta salad with your meats, your cheeses, and your olives, your peppers. This is a nice new, different version of it, so that, you can take the same concept and make it a different recipe. That way, especially throughout the summer, a lot of people make pasta salads. That way you can have them different ways too, without kind of getting bored of the same one. It is tasting good. I'm going to add a little more salad supreme and some more salt. It's really good. So we're going to leave this. I'm just going to wrap it up for tomorrow and for the weekend. And if I had to guess, this would probably feed about 6 to 8 people. If you're taking it to a party, maybe closer to 8 if everyone just takes a scoopful, about this much. It would probably feed around close to 8 people. Okay, everybody, now we are back here. We're gonna prepare our burgers to make for tomorrow. So I have 1 pound of rinsed ground beef in here. We're gonna season it up with some salt and pepper. And I have some steak seasoning, minced onion, Worcestershire, soy, mustard, if you like it or not. Add that in. I have some minced garlic, 1 egg, and then I think I'm going to do some onion and garlic powder, and then maybe some parsley too. We'll see. What I like to do is try to meal plan at least a day in advance so that I can take the meat out of the freezer, put it in a bowl in the fridge, and then whenever I want to go make something, it's already thawed for me, thawed properly. Want to thaw meat out slowly if you can. Want to try not to add heat to it as you're thawing it out. The most that you could do without really harming it is putting the meat into warm water, but not hot water. And then our minced garlic. Gotta give this meat a lot of flavor. Okay, next we're gonna go in with our onion and garlic powder. I am going to hit it with some paprika as well, just for a little bit of something hidden in there, a little extra spice, and just a dab of red pepper flake. I usually don't do a lot of red pepper flake because I don't want it to be too spicy. And then I have some parsley here. All right, and next we're going to mix this up with our hands. And then I have a bag here that I'm just gonna, once I mix it up, and then I'm gonna mold the patties and put them right in here so that whenever we take them tomorrow, we can pop them right on the grill. Everything will be mixed and seasoned, and it'll make it so much easier. And then this will be done for today anyway. So we'll be cooking them tomorrow for dinner. I'm actually going to put a little bit of barbecue sauce in their mix too. Just give it a nice, sweet, rich flavor. so we'll mix this and then we should be ready to go. That's nice. Just a pinch more salt. Balance out the flavors. And then what I do is I like to leave some, whether I'm making hot dogs or hamburgers, I like to leave some of the buns in the freezer and the hot dogs as well. And we usually always have ground beef in the freezer. That way when we want a fast meal like this on the grill, we can, like I said, pull that out the day before and we have buns and meat ready to go for the grill. Make sure you scrape down the bowl. You want to continue to smell it. Make sure that your seasoning is on point. If it doesn't smell like anything, then you haven't seasoned heavily enough. Okay, so next we're gonna form our little patties and pop them into our plastic bag. You can also do this in the container if you'd like, whatever works best for you. So the way I like to make burgers is make them like a big meatball. And then as you're cooking them, you you flatten them out a little bit, but I like to make them into like the palm size of my hand, and then I'll flatten them out as I cook them. But I don't like to flatten them out before I cook them. Because some people like their burgers cooked a certain way. So if I'm cooking for a crowd of people, that'll help keep the internal temperature when it's rounded up. And then if you want it to cook faster, you flatten it out, and that'll give you faster cook time. However, I know that they always say with ground beef and ground pork, any ground meat really, it's preferable to have that cooked at least to medium, because whenever they mix it in the butcher shop, whenever they butcher it, there are obviously bacteria in there whenever they're grinding meat, and the ground beef and ground meat in general is more susceptible to clinging onto that bacteria in the air rather than say a steak would be. This is just something that I've learned a while ago. All right, folks, so this is it for the burgers for right now. Like I said, we're gonna grill them off tomorrow. So we were able to get 6 of these patties. All right, guys, so yes, you can, now that these burgers are all in this bag, you can actually just do what I'm doing and keep them in the bag until you're gonna grill them. They'll store in the fridge for a few days before you have to grill them. Or if you wanted to freeze them right now, that's perfectly fine too. You could freeze them. That way, whenever you wanted to maybe grill them or pan sear them later on, they're ready to go for you.